Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the channel. And my video title, this video is about can we adjust? Another episode of Can We Adjust? These episodes are always when something bad happened or trying to discuss something. And the question of today, the video title is the Pittsburgh Steelers season over? Like I have on the thumbnail, most likely, I think I'm gonna put that on the thumbnail. Technically, no, of course. It's a lot of games left to play. It's like 9 games left, I believe, to play. We play the Saints. Then we have the Bengals again, not in that order because I don't know the exact order, but I know the Saints is next. Then I know the Bengals. You got to play the Colts on Monday Night Football. I think you play the Bengals on the Thursday night or something like that. And then the Browns, the last game of the season. Then you have the Ravens twice, and then you have the Panthers and Falcons down the line too. So we still have some games, and you still have some opportunities, like some winnable games like that. But from the standpoint of just like looking at the team, looking at the morale of the team, just looking at everybody and how people take accountability for their mistakes, and that's going all the way up from the organization, from the top guys to the bottom of the players and stuff like that. No one taking accountability for anything they're doing and all the mistakes and everything that happens. So we're gonna break it down and go through each section. I got a lot of notes. Okay, from the organization standpoint, I feel like what went wrong really is not fully addressing the O-line. I know the O-line is better than what it was last year. As you can tell from watching the games, you can tell they're better than what they was last year, like that. Quarterback do have more time in the pocket. It's not like a great O-line, but it's better than what it was last year. The margin is not too far, and a lot of improvement. But they should have fully addressed the O-line. I know we went out there and we wanted to give these guys a chance. We signed some guys, some unproven guys here and there, and thought they could just throw them in there and thought they were gonna be great. And that's why I kept saying in the preseason and in the off season, in training camps and stuff, I was saying I don't know, some of these guys like Daniels. I thought Daniels was gonna be a key piece, a key factor, but he is not the same Daniels that he was in Chicago. And Mason Cole, I never had faith in Mason Cole like that. I felt like they kind of just went out there and got somebody, just the pressure's on. You think he is good. He's a center. We went out there and got him. He should fix all the problems because we had Kendrick Green last year, who was a smaller center, as a guy who played guard, and they moved him to the center position, and they wanted him to play that, the position he never really played at all. I don't think he played at all in college, and he got beat a lot. The D linemen was just bigger than him, stronger than him, taller than him, and everything. So they were beating him a lot. And you see what happened last year. Big Ben was sacked almost the most time. Well, he got sacked. He used to get the ball off fast, so he really gets sacked a lot. But if you go by the rate of basically the sacks that could have happened, it's a lot of sacks because he just kept getting hit every time straight up the middle to get bulldozed out the way. And they bring in Mason Cole, and the O line is just not disciplined enough. They're not disciplined. They have a lot of issues of them just a lot of penalties. They put you back too and kill the momentum of the drive. You get a 20-yard play down the field. Well, it's kind of rarely now the offense, but you got a 20-yard play, for instance, or a 15-yard play, and you just see a little momentum building up, and then you see a penalty flag, and you'd be holding, or be an ineligible man downfield, or something crazy or wacky like that. But I think the organization didn't do a good job in doing that, addressing the O-line fully, and also not making changes. Personally, at first when Big Ben was retiring, I was thinking that Big Ben would probably come back before retirement stuff happened. Of course, he was the same Big Ben of old. He had that same arm talent. He didn't have that same mobility. But I feel like his mindset. You see last year, Big Ben, even though our team I think the team last year might have been the worst team last year than the team this year, because the team this year, you see the talent around. You're man, Big Ben had the talent last year. Might be a little better predicament. And we went 9-7-1 last year, and you see the games you just tell we just kind of slugging it out, kind of mustering it out like that. And some games you see this year, we type of teams to 16, like the Dolphins game, held in the Patriots thing to 17, and you see games like that. The Jets, we had a 2-score lead. Last year, Big Ben, we had that lead with him, even with the check downs and all the short stuff, and maybe not having his arm declining, he still had the mentality to know how to put the ball there and know to make the right decision. That's really the main concern, really decision making along lately. But I think the organization not making changes and not going actually addressing certain things, and I love Mike Tomlin, but at least to the next coaching thing too, not making changes. The Tomlin coaching staff, most of his coaching staff, used to be, what's that, a moth or something? Oh, it's a net. But yeah, most of his coaching staff used to be I think like defensively, it was like all right. Like Keith Butler, he was solid. He was a solid guy like that, but he can't compare it all to Dick LeBeau. Dick LeBeau was a very good defensive coordinator. Of course, he was there before Tomlin got there, and the offensive coordinator, you know, he had Bruce Arians in the early days before Tomlin got there, and then we see like different coordinators come in. Now Todd Haley was a good offensive coordinator. Was a very good offensive coordinator. I don't know why that we got. I don't know why we got rid of him. I think because him and Big Ben, they had some issues or something like that. But we fired the offensive coordinator when the defense allowed 45 points. You know, the offensive coordinator only allowed, you know, like we put up 42 points against the Jaguars. And that was his last game coaching with the Steelers. And I feel like ever since then, we had like these guys who just offensive coordinator by name because like really they don't do anything because they didn't really do anything because when Big Ben was in charge, was like the starting quarterback. When he was here, Big Ben was calling most of the plays when Randy Fichtner was there. And then you see like the success last year in Matt Canada, some of the success, you know, he has some bad play calling. Mostly Big Ben calling the plays, calling the audibles, and going no huddle. And then like you know, when you're a veteran quarterback, you probably have a lot of like power to like just call plays or change something you don't like out there, and basically doing that. And now you see when you don't have a veteran quarterback, you have a rookie quarterback, and then the offensive coordinator got to have the burden of calling plays. You need somebody elite level play caller who's gonna do situational football and someone who's gonna know. They have common sense on some play calls. They have common sense on play calls and just go out there and put the players in the best position to succeed. And we don't have that. We don't have that. And of course, firing Matt Canada he's a problem. He's a problem, but he's not the full problem. So it still will be some problems around, but it'll help. Maybe you know sometimes when people like make a big move or like a big change, it might light a fire in these teams. You might see teams are shining. The Panthers traded Chris McCaffrey and they won 2 straight. Now I don't know how they did it, but they won. Well, no, they lost that one. Never mind. They almost won 2 straight. DJ Moore, I forgot. He hit the penalty and they missed the PAT or something like that. Yeah, but they basically, you see how they start playing a little differently like this. You know, sometimes it might light a fire underneath them. The coach just fired their offensive coordinator, and you see how they are out there. You're gonna see how I think they're 3-4-1, 3-4-1. So you're gonna see how they fire him under one game under 500. So you're gonna see how they're gonna move forward and see how that lights the fire underneath them. So you see a lot of teams around the league doing things, making changes and stuff. So the Steelers, I know the Steelers want to keep that same history of like not panicking and making a change in season like that. But sometimes you gotta change your ways sometimes. And I feel like the offense has been consistently bad for the past like 3-4 years. Now, well, like last year, I think our offense was all right. It was all right offense. We had some good moments here and there like that, mostly in the late game situation. And the year before that, I feel like our offense was pretty good. It looked pretty good. I know we started off 11-0. The play calling might have been the best, the short stuff and all that. But we still went 12. We still finished 12-4. And the year before that, the offense, you know, they had the bad QB situations and stuff like that with the 2 QBs switching in and out. And then before that, you know, that's when we still had AB in them, so we was going crazy. But since 2018, the offense has not been really that good. Like the standpoint, you look back at the years of like the Killer Bees had an offense of putting up 35 easily, just going down the field and just scoring at will. Like you give them time on the clock, it was just easy. Antonio Brown, Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, Martavis Bryant, all those guys. We had the Marcus Whedons and stuff like that, all on the team. And Juju, he came later down the line. Like the offense was just real good. But I feel like lately the offense has basically just been playing like we kind of play. We don't play to win. We don't play to win. We play like we try to find a way to get a lead early on and try to hold on to the lead. We don't play to win. I had that same tenacity, that same fire, and that leads to some of the players too. You know, like if you look at some of the stuff of the players, like you see the morals are down. The players don't really have that confidence. You got the rookie quarterback in the press conference saying that people need to study more, and you got him saying that people only take accountability. We can't keep doing the same stuff. You got the young players saying like we got to push the ball downfield. Remember Pickens earlier in the season, he was saying I push the ball downfield to give them opportunities down the field. He said Johnson and them was saying things. So there's a lot of guys just like they're tired. After a while you're tired of losing. You're tired of losing. I know it's just 6 losses on the season. I know the season technically is not finished yet because we have 9 games left. You can still find a way to mess some stuff up, but you got to make a change. You got to make a change. You have this week to think about it, and a little bit of next week to think about it before you play the Saints, who shut out the Raiders. And not a pushover team. It's not going to be an easy win or easy game either. So it's going to be a tough game as well. And I don't know if we're playing at home or we're playing in the dome. We're playing in the dome. It's definitely going to be very tough. But we're playing at home. It's still going to be a tough game too. But yeah, you just have to make a change or something. But some of the players' morals are down. It's just like Cause like you just can't really like I don't know the words. You can't really just like fathom the way the team is like just declining. We don't look like the Pittsburgh Steelers anymore. We look kind of like the Browns or something. We look like the Browns of old. The Browns just won yesterday against the Bengals. Like they beat them down badly. We look kind of like the Browns of old. We just kind of like linger on to stuff and like it just like the team just look bad. It's probably one of the worst teams I've seen because I've been a Steelers fan since probably 2007, 2008ish. So about 14 years like that. So and like I never really seen a Steelers team like offense this bad. Like I seen like the teams like the probably the one I could think of right at the back. Of course, you know like the 2013 year a little bit when you go 8-8 and stuff like that. But the team still look credible, especially compared to this team. You look at 2019 season with the Mason and Duck like that. That team right there, even with those guys and the way the defense was leading the league in turnovers and leading the league in sacks, that team right there had more credibility than this team. Like this team right here is probably one of the worst offensive teams I've seen. Like I believe we're averaging only 14 points a game, 14 to 15 points per game, which is awful, which is very terrible, especially for the National Football League. You're a professional team, so you should not be, especially the pass happy the way the league is now too, and how the safety procedures they use for the QBs and for the receivers and all that stuff. You should be putting up at least 25 a game, especially with the roster we got, 25, 26 a game, but we can't do it. We don't have the right key pieces, and we made some bad decisions. Like bringing in Mr. Trubisky, I feel like was not the decision. Like I was supporting it because it's my team. It's still my team, so I'm gonna support the guy who started. I'm gonna support the players like that when they do some stuff. I'm gonna support them like that. But I was hoping that maybe we went out there and got like a Tyrod Taylor, or got like a. I'm trying to see because I think I had a list. I had T-Mobile on there, Tyrod Taylor on there. I believe I had Gardner Minshew. I had him on there too. I feel like he got a lot of talent as well. I feel like he's just underrated. And then who's another guy too I had on the list. Right? Oh yeah, Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota was another guy I had on the list too. I know a lot of people wasn't feeling Mariota, but Mariota is 4-4 right now and leading the Falcons. The Falcons on top of the AFC South right now. I know AFC South don't look the brightest, but they 4-4 on top of the AFC South. And you look at their offense, you look at our offense. We have more talent. We have more talent than them, and they still find a way to muster out wins. They find a way to do things, and their O-line is not the best O-line either, but they still find a way to run the ball. They still find a way to make things happen. And Marcus Mariota might be not throwing a lot of passing yards. He might have more rushing yards than passing yards most games sometimes. But I think overall, still go out there and find a way to win. And Mr. Trubisky, I know like he has some talent to him, but I just didn't feel like he'll be a fit with us like that. But yeah, they made the decision to go out there and get him. And like when they did get him, they had the rookie quarterback drafted behind him. They should have said, they should have made like an emphasis of like saying like we don't expect the rookie quarterback to play this year. Saying stuff like that to kind of like take the pressure off of Mr. Trubisky. He was playing in a way to not make a mistake instead of playing in a way to win the game. They put a way to win the game. They put a way to be aggressive. And you see, we came back in that Buccaneers game and Pickett went down. You see like a different side of him like that. I thought they kind of like stunted his growth in the team because he came in the season be like he's a bona fide starter for the full season. We're gonna let the rookie sit. Rookie will be third string quarterback, Mason the second, and do like that. And if you wanted to bring Kenny Pickett in like later down the line, should wait till the bye week because bring him in early, put some pressure on him too as well, and say, oh, the rookie quarterback can go in there. He's gonna solve all our problems, and then you see him go out there, turn the ball over a lot of times, about 10 turnovers. I think 8 picks. I think he got 2 fumble losses. Maybe 1 fumble loss. I don't know. He had a lot of turnovers though within that short span. And you see talent with him. You see the talent with him, but you just see that he's not ready yet. He's not ready fully yet. And like they should have waited to maybe like down the line to see if he was ready. Like to put him in that position, like put him in there like, thinking that he was going to save the team or something. But yeah, it's just a lot of bad things. I was hoping last year too that we maybe would make a trade, maybe trade for Derek Carr. Or, I know Derek Carr not look the best right now, but he'd still be better than any quarterback we got on the team. And then Kirk Cousins. And then, Russell Wilson was a guy. I know he looked shot with his shoulder, but, Russell Wilson is still good. You see it's still good. It's just like the way the team is running, stuff like that. But I feel like when those quarterbacks would have been perfect here, like something like that. But we went out there and tried to okay, we can just throw a rookie in there and just fix everything like we did in the old days when Big Ben got thrown in there and he just went out there and went undefeated. Now, you can't really find that. Bill Belichick tried to do that a couple weeks ago. He was like, hey, I got Mac Jones. I got Zappy. I'm gonna see if Zappy is the next Brady. So he took, after Mac Jones had that one, like kind of like a bad first quarter a little bit, took him out, put Zappy in, and you see what happened. Zappy started throwing picks. Like sometimes that thing, sometimes don't really happen all the time. Like the history don't repeat itself all the time, and you try to just throw a young guy in there just to see if he can make something happen, and it didn't work. I still got a little a little hope in the team. Maybe trying to fix something. There's still a lot of games left. It's still 9 games left. If you could find a way to muster out, I don't know, 7 of those out of 9, that's a tough task. Go 7-2 over the next 9 games. That's a tough thing to ask for. A very tough thing to ask for, because you got a lot of tough opponents, a lot of divisional games as well. So it's a very tough, thing to say. But if you can find a way to do that, then you might have a chance to make the playoffs. But if not, then you'll probably finish at 6-10 or something, which would be very terrible. But it might be good in the offseason for the draft and stuff, but it's gonna be terrible though. Like you don't wanna start having the losing records and losing season, missing playoffs, and then going to that dreadful state, looking like the Browns of old, looking like the Bears. Like the Bears look better now, like that, but you still like kind of that same like they're being stuck in the rut for a long time, like the Lions and stuff. You don't want to go into that type of state. So we gotta make some changes. I feel like the one thing that's to spark the team was to be to make a change like within the bye week, do something draft. I thought we were gonna trade for somebody or maybe do some type of splash move, a splash play, but we didn't trade for anybody. We make no splash plays and keep saying the same thing over and over. I know Mike Tomlin be saying stuff in the media just to keep them off of him. Like he just say random things. He kind of stay neutral all the time. They act like, he be like, well, I just feel like for the penalties go away, offense will be good. But he know that's not true. Like that, sometimes you got to give them the realness. Like sometimes you got to give them realness in public, like that. Just tell them that, and then of course you probably talk to the guys in the back, but you gotta tell them the realness in public, like that. Being optimistic is cool, and having confidence in your players is cool, but you just gotta tell them the real truth about the team and the real truth about themselves as a players and as an organization, and take accountability for your actions, and then maybe that might drive a spark or do something for the team. But that's all I got for this video today. It's like a Pittsburgh Steelers ranting session. I went off the rails here and there. I went over the time limit, but it's okay. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys probably in a little bit, because I'm gonna do the NFL game picks. So I'll probably see you guys in a little bit, and then for some more Steelers videos, I have some other stuff coming later this week. I'm gonna do a mid-season analysis, and yeah, well, it might be the mid-season analysis right here, because I kind of went with some of the other notes and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace out.